Hey everyone, welcome back to Iraqi Dinar. Sit tight, take a deep breath, and really pay attention, because today's update is one of the most important alerts you'll hear all year. If you're holding Iraqi Dinar, this video could be life-changing. So, make sure you stick around until the very end, because the Central Bank of Iraq just made a statement that's shaking the global financial world. Yes, you heard that right, shaking it. For the first time in years, the CBI has spoken directly and clearly. They're ready for the revaluation. This isn't rumor or recycled news. It's official. The currency reform process is now fully prepared to enter its final phase. Today, we're breaking down what was said, why it matters, and how you can prepare. Because when this rate goes live, timing will mean everything. Just hours ago, during a major financial conference in Baghdad, a senior official from the Central Bank of Iraq made remarks that have set off a wave of speculation and excitement. Speaking directly to attendees, the official explained that the CBI has completed all technical and operational preparations for the currency reform and is now ready to move to the next stage. When asked to clarify, he specifically mentioned adjusting the national currency's value in line with economic stability and international standards. To most people, that might sound like technical jargon, but for dinar holders and financial insiders, it's crystal clear. That means revaluation. These weren't offhand comments or rumors. This was a direct statement from CBI officials confirming readiness for implementation. For those who've been following this journey for years, this is the clearest confirmation we've ever seen. The words, "We are ready for the revaluation," have sent a shockwave through the dinar community. This announcement lines up perfectly with what's been unfolding inside Iraq's financial system, from digital banking reforms to reserve strengthening and international partnerships. For years, Iraq has been checking off major milestones, passing the 2025 budget with rate mechanisms, ensuring compliance with IMF and World Bank standards, and modernizing infrastructure across all financial institutions. Now it appears every single box has been ticked. One of the biggest signals that the CBI's statement is serious comes from internal bank activity. Over the past week, several local banks in Baghdad and Basra have received direct instructions from the central bank to prepare for a new exchange rate structure. Some were told to update internal systems and databases over the weekend, while others were instructed to run test transfers and synchronization checks. Even Iraq's electronic payment systems briefly went offline, something that often happens right before major financial updates. These technical moves aren't random. They're part of a coordinated effort to ensure that when the rate changes, it happens smoothly and without disruption. Behind the scenes, Iraq has been busy aligning itself with international institutions. In recent weeks, senior Iraqi officials met with representatives from the IMF, World Bank, and Bank for International Settlements. These talks focused on Iraq's readiness to transition to a new market-aligned exchange rate. Sources close to the meeting say Iraq received a green light, as long as it maintains stability and compliance during implementation. That makes the timing of this CBI statement no coincidence. It's coordinated, strategic, and carefully planned to reassure both local citizens and global investors that Iraq is financially stable and ready to move forward. Market analysts are already picking up signs of anticipation. Since the CBI's statement, chatter on global trading networks has spiked. Although no official forex rate has been published yet, minor trading platforms have flagged the Iraqi dinar under restricted observation, a signal that a rate update may be pending. This is exactly how currencies appear just before official revaluation events. Traders around the world are paying attention because a stronger dinar will affect not just Iraq's economy, but regional trade, oil pricing, and import-export balances. In short, when Iraq revalues, the ripple effect will be global. Meanwhile, in U.S. and European banks, quiet updates have been taking place. Several institutions have refreshed their internal currency databases to include new rate placeholders for the Iraqi dinar and the Vietnamese dong. These updates are not yet visible to the public, but they're standard procedure before rate adjustments. Banks always test new configurations privately before publishing them to the market. Combined with the CBI's direct statement, these signals point toward one thing: operational readiness. The systems are ready, the infrastructure is ready, and the world is waiting. Let's talk about how this process is structured. The CBI doesn't just flip a switch overnight. The revaluation follows a careful three-phase plan. Phase 1 focused on economic stabilization, controlling inflation, and securing foreign reserves. Phase 2 involved modernizing digital systems, cleaning up corruption, and integrating with global networks. Now, Phase 3, the public revaluation, is what's coming next. When the CBI says, "We're ready," it means those first two phases are complete. This structured approach ensures the revaluation happens in an organized, internationally recognized way. The IMF has played a crucial role throughout this journey. For years, they've been guiding Iraq's monetary reform process, insisting on transparency, anti-money laundering measures, and strong reserve policies. In their most recent report, the IMF confirmed Iraq's financial stability and compliance with international standards. That's a big deal. It means Iraq has met all conditions necessary for a rate adjustment. The CBI's statement aligns perfectly with the IMF's timeline, giving this announcement even more credibility on the global stage. So, what does this mean for dinar holders? Simply put, the stage is now set. The CBI isn't hinting anymore. They're declaring readiness. That means we're closer than ever. For those who've held patiently through years of uncertainty, this could finally be your moment. But it's important to stay calm and avoid rash decisions. When the rate changes, it will happen for everyone at once through official banking channels. There's no getting in early. The best thing you can do now is prepare. Know which banks handle foreign currency exchanges. Keep your documentation ready and follow verified updates only. In the coming days, there are several signals dinar holders should watch closely. Any update to the CBI's official website is a major one. If Forex platforms begin showing testing activity or restricted trades, that's another sign. Local banks announcing temporary maintenance or system updates often indicate synchronization. And if government officials release statements highlighting economic strength or reform completion, that's your green light that the RV is approaching. These subtle clues, when combined, can help you track exactly how close we are to activation. Local banks in Iraq are clearly preparing. Many branches in major cities are conducting internal tests, updating software, and ensuring all international transfer codes are ready. Even small downtime notices at these branches matter. They could signal that final synchronization is underway. Staying alert to these developments gives dinar holders an edge. Understanding what's happening behind the scenes reduces confusion and helps you move confidently when the new rate officially goes live. On a global scale, financial institutions are also running their own readiness drills. International banks are simulating transactions at new dinar values, updating payment systems, and verifying regulatory compliance. Traders have noticed unusual movements in smaller Forex feeds, early indicators that systems are aligning. Oil contract valuations are also being monitored closely, since a stronger dinar will directly influence Iraq's oil export pricing and trade balances. The fact that global institutions are already preparing shows that this is a coordinated international event, not an isolated local change. For dinar holders, preparation now is everything. Being ready doesn't just mean holding your currency, it means being informed. Know the process, understand which banks are approved, and avoid unofficial exchanges. The real rate will only appear through legitimate financial institutions. Social media rumors or so-called private deals are dangerous traps. Once the official rate goes live, it will happen simultaneously across all systems. So patience and awareness are key to taking advantage of it safely. Zooming out, this revaluation is about more than just a number. Iraq has spent years rebuilding its economy, strengthening reserves, and modernizing systems to make this possible. The CBI's readiness statement confirms that these reforms are complete. This isn't just a domestic financial move. It's a global reset of Iraq's economic standing. Investors, banks, and governments are watching closely because a stronger dinar means a stronger Iraq and a rebalanced Middle Eastern economy. When the revaluation happens, here's what to expect. The moment the CBI activates the new rate, banks will synchronize globally within a few hours. Exchange centers and online platforms will begin processing at the new rate almost immediately. The first 24 hours will be critical. There will be high demand, so having your documents ready and knowing your exchange options in advance will save you time and stress. After that, contracts and trade systems around the world will begin adjusting to the stronger dinar, likely causing short-term fluctuations in related markets. The CBI and government will release official communications during the transition to guide the public.